An American mother said, when I was a new mom, there were plenty of books about how to physically care for a newborn, how to swaddle, how to change a diaper, and how to treat skin conditions. But there was next to nothing on how to care for a newborn psychologically well-being. What's important for infant mental health? Erik Erikson, the famed psychologist of the 60s, recommended eye contact for the foundation of newborn trust. So I spent a lot of time looking at my newborn baby girl. That's started. Since then, developmental scientists have learned a lot about what gets babies off to a good psychological beginning. And it's deceptively simple. It's about breath and heart, rhythm and timing, paying attention. For 9 months of pregnancy, the mother body provides everything a baby body needs: nutrition, oxygen, temperature control, and waste management. When the two bodies separate, the baby body has to learn to regulate all of these processes itself. Amid Myritt's new sensation like sights, sound, taste, temperature fluctuations, restriction of movements, and more. The simple coordination of the first breath with the heartbeat is itself a wonder of biological engineering. As the baby body takes over its own biorhythms, it rapidly cycles through different states. In the space of 1.5 of 2 hours, the baby turns a tight schedule that keeps parents on their toes and is completely at odds with an adult sense of time. But how parents respond to these changing states form a foundation for the baby later psychological and social development. Generally speaking, there are 6 states with transition in between. Deep sleep. The baby sleeps quietly without moving and breathing is regular. Light sleep. The baby might move, may have irregular breathing and even stutter at noise, or may experience eye movements in the dream sleep of REM sleep. REM sleep is actually a rapid eye movement. Babies can cycle between deep and light sleep, even within an hour. Sometimes in the first few months of life, babies wake between the deep and light sleep cycles and have difficulty returning to sleep. Newborns sleep about 16 hours a day, and about half of that is REM sleep. Drowsiness. In the transition between waking and sleeping, for example, waking up or conversely going to sleep, the baby eyes may open and close or even roll back. The baby might stretch, yawn or doze. Quite alert, the baby face is bright, eyes are open wide, and the body remains quiet. This is time when the baby takes in her environment or her own terms. She might be looking or starting or simply quietly focusing on what she sees, hears, or senses. This is a good time to give babies their space, to let them get used to feeling comfortable settling alone. Active alert. The eyes are open and scanning and alert, and both the facial expressions and body are medium active. Babies are especially open to social interaction in this state, so this is a good time to gently engage with the baby, talking quietly, singing, touching. Crying and fussy. A baby cries, screams perhaps, and the whole body and soul can become quite stressed and disorganized. Babies are born nearly helpless, so crying is the best signing system to recruit outside help to regulate a need. With experience, parents soon anticipate the various needs: to eat, to be comforted, to be changed, to warm up or cool down, for more or less stimulation, to be eased into sleep. Scientists have so far pointed to two biological mechanisms that underlie infant states and that have implications for the later psychological development. The oscillator controls the sleep-wake cycle. It develops in a fetus at about 30 weeks in utero, in a region called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is in the hypothalamus just above the brainstem. Even in utero, a fetus begins a tiny sleep-wake cycle. Researchers and mothers alike notice that in the last trimester, the fetus is more active at some time and in quiet sleep at other times. The cycle is short, called an ultradian rhythm, but after birth, it begins the long march toward a circadian rhythm, one that harmonized with the light and dark cycles of a 24-hour period. Before birth, the sleep-wake oscillator is sensitive to conditions in the fetal environment. A new parent's first challenge is to figure out how to react to a baby's changing states. Granted, there is a physical care involved: changing diapers, dressing, bathing, feeding, and more. But it is the process of joining a baby rhythms, not just physically but psychologically, in harmony, that is most important for creating a strong psychological foundation. Psychologists have given this process many names: responsive care, attunement, and co-regulation. Ruth Feldman, a psychologist at Bar-Ilan University in Israel and at the Yale School of Medicine, calls this coordination interaction between caregiver and infant synchrony. And first, she says the relationship is biological. Pregnancy produces surges in the bonding hormone oxytocin in the mother, which primes her to attend to her baby. In research studies, mothers with more oxytocin reported having more pleasurable feelings with their babies than mothers with low levels of oxytocin. They were also observed to react in more sensitive ways more often to their baby's behaviors. In return, as baby is touched or has skin-to-skin contact or is breastfed, her nervous system is calmed, the biological clock organizes, and the vagal tone develops. Responsive, loving, warm care in the first weeks and month of life can even turn on or off the genes that regulate baby stress. Caring for a newborn changes parents' brains. As parents gaze at their newborn, talk gently, use soft, higher-pitched voices, and are positive warm, and encouraging their brains' gray matter or cell bodies actually grow in the emotion and thought regions that support parenting behaviors. Timing is important. In one of Feldman's studies, when mothers appropriately choose the baby, alerts start to talk and touch their babies. The babies remained alert for longer periods of time. If you have liked this video, then please subscribe this channel for further video in future.